Did you know that there are 5 hidden dangers slowly weakening your bones and joints without you even realizing it? They creep up silently, causing damage over the years, and by the time you feel the pain, it might already be too late. But here's the good news. Once you know what they are, you can take action before they take a toll on your body. As we age, bone and joint health becomes more important than ever. Strong bones keep us standing tall, and healthy joints keep us moving freely. But certain everyday habits and hidden risks can quietly wear them down, making simple tasks, like walking or even getting out of bed, painful and difficult. And the scariest part? Most seniors don't even realize it's happening. Just like Mr. Johnson, who thought his diet was fine until one day he suffered a painful fracture. Or Mrs. Edwards, who didn't think sitting all day was a big deal, until her knees became too weak to carry her. In this video, I'll take you through 5 silent killers that destroy the bones and joints of seniors, sharing real-life stories along the way. Stay with me until the end, because the last one is something almost everyone overlooks. Silent killer number 1, poor nutrition. Story of Mr. Johnson. One of the biggest silent killers of bone and joint health is poor nutrition. Many seniors unknowingly miss out on essential nutrients that keep their bones strong and joints flexible. Calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium play a critical role in maintaining bone density. Yet many older adults don't get enough of them. Without these key nutrients, bones become weak, brittle, and prone to fractures, while joints stiffen and become painful over time. The problem? It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow process, making it easy to ignore until a major issue arises. Take Mr. Johnson, for example. He was a retired school teacher, a man who had spent decades shaping young minds. He thought his diet was just fine. He enjoyed his morning cereal with coffee, had sandwiches for lunch, and a simple dinner every evening. But what he didn't realize was that his diet was severely lacking in calcium and vitamin D. For years, he got by without any problems. But then, at 72, he slipped on a small rug in his living room. What should have been a minor fall turned into a major fracture. His doctor told him he had severe osteoporosis. His bones had become so fragile that even a simple fall could break them. Now, he struggles to walk without a cane, and daily activities have become a challenge. The truth is, Mr. Johnson's condition could have been prevented. A well-balanced diet, rich in leafy greens, dairy products, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish could have given his bones the strength they needed. Calcium builds bones, vitamin D helps absorb calcium, and magnesium supports bone density. Without them, bones slowly weaken over time. The key takeaway? Don't wait until it's too late. Start adding bone-strengthening foods to your diet today. A simple change, like drinking milk, eating almonds, or spending time in the sun for vitamin D, can make all the difference. Your bones are the foundation of your body. Take care of them now so they can take care of you later. Silent killer number 2, inactivity and a sedentary lifestyle. Story of Mrs. Edwards. Another silent killer that slowly destroys bones and joints is inactivity. Many seniors don't realize that spending too much time sitting or lying down can significantly accelerate bone loss and joint stiffness. The human body is designed for movement, and when we stop using our muscles and bones, they begin to weaken. Over time, a sedentary lifestyle leads to weaker bones, stiff joints, and reduced mobility, making everyday activities more difficult and painful. That's exactly what happened to Mrs. Edwards. At 75 years old, she had always considered herself healthy, She spent her days watching TV, reading books, and knitting, all things she enjoyed. But what she didn't realize was that hours of sitting every day were quietly damaging her body. At first, she felt occasional stiffness in her knees, but she brushed it off. Then, one day, she stood up and felt a sharp pain that wouldn't go away. Walking became difficult, and she found herself relying on a walker just to get around her house. A visit to the doctor confirmed the truth. Years of inactivity had weakened her muscles and caused her joints to deteriorate. The reality is that movement is medicine for the body. Even simple activities like walking, stretching, or gentle chair exercises can keep bones strong and joints flexible. Weight-bearing exercises like walking or light resistance training stimulate bones to maintain density, while movement keeps joints lubricated and pain-free. The key takeaway? Don't let inactivity take away your mobility. Even if you don't feel pain now, your bones and joints need regular movement to stay strong. Start small. Take short walks, stand up every hour, do gentle stretches, but most importantly, keep moving. It's never too late to strengthen your body and protect your independence for years to come. Silent killer number 3. Chronic stress. Story of Mr. Williams. Stress isn't just a mental burden. It can silently weaken your bones and damage your joints over time. When we experience chronic stress, our bodies produce high levels of cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, breaks down bone density and increases inflammation in the joints. Over time, this can lead to osteoporosis, joint pain, and a higher risk of fractures. The worst part? Many seniors don't realize that their constant worrying is taking a toll on their physical health. Take Mr. Williams, for example. At 74 years old, he had spent most of his life being the pillar of his family. Even in retirement, he constantly worried about his children, finances, and the future. Every night, he lay awake thinking about unpaid bills and his grandchildren's education. He brushed off his aching joints and back pain, thinking it was just part of aging. But over time, his condition worsened. His knees became inflamed, and his doctor warned him that his bone density was dangerously low. One day, he slipped on his porch and suffered a painful fracture. It was then that he realized that years of stress had taken a toll on his bones and joints. The truth is, stress management is just as important as diet and exercise when it comes to bone health. Finding ways to relax, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, light exercise, or hobbies, can help lower cortisol levels and protect your bones and joints from long-term damage. The key takeaway? Don't let stress silently destroy your body. Make time for relaxation, connect with loved ones, and practice mindfulness. Your mental well-being directly impacts your physical health, so take care of both to enjoy a strong, active life in your later years. Silent killer number 4. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. Story of Mrs. Garcia. Many people know that smoking and drinking too much alcohol can harm the heart and lungs. But what they don't realize is how devastating these habits are for bone and joint health. Smoking reduces blood flow to the bones, interfering with calcium absorption and weakening bone structure over time. Meanwhile, excessive alcohol consumption disrupts the body's ability to process vitamin D and calcium, leading to lower bone density and an increased risk of fractures. Together, these habits silently erode bone strength and contribute to painful joint inflammation, making everyday movements more difficult as we age. Mrs. Garcia, a 72-year-old retired nurse, had always enjoyed a glass of wine with dinner and had been a casual smoker for decades. She never thought much of it. After all, She was active and felt fine. But by the time she reached her late 60s, she started experiencing chronic joint pain and occasional sharp aches in her hips and knees. One morning, she tripped on a rug in her kitchen and suffered a painful hip fracture. Her doctor delivered the shocking news. Years of smoking and drinking had significantly weakened her bones. The very habits she thought were harmless had made her body more fragile than she ever realized. The truth is, bones and joints need proper care to stay strong, and that means quitting smoking and moderating alcohol intake. The good news? It's never too late to make a change. Studies show that quitting smoking can slow down bone loss, and reducing alcohol intake allows the body to absorb essential nutrients more effectively. The key takeaway? If you smoke, consider quitting. If you drink, keep it in moderation. Small lifestyle changes today can protect your bones and joints for years to come, ensuring a healthier, more active life as you age. Silent killer number 5. Poor posture and overuse. Story of Mr. Lee. Many seniors don't realize that how they sit, stand, and move daily can have a major impact on their bone and joint health. Poor posture, whether it's slouching in a chair, hunching over a phone, or lifting heavy objects incorrectly, puts unnecessary strain on the spine and joints. Over time, this can lead to chronic pain, joint degeneration, and even mobility issues. In addition, repetitive motion and overuse of certain joints can accelerate wear and tear, leading to painful conditions like arthritis and spinal misalignment. Mr. Lee, an 80-year-old retired construction worker, spent his younger years working long hours lifting heavy materials. He never thought much about his posture or lifting technique. He just focused on getting the job done. But as the years passed, his back started aching and his knees felt stiff. He dismissed it as normal aging, but by the time he reached his late 70s, his pain had become debilitating. Simple activities like standing for long periods or bending down became agonizing. His doctor explained that years of poor posture and overuse had caused severe wear on his spine and joints, damage that couldn't be reversed. The good news is that posture correction and mindful movement can make a big difference. Simple adjustments, like sitting up straight, engaging the core when lifting, and avoiding repetitive strain, can protect joints and prevent pain. Even gentle stretching and strengthening exercises can help maintain mobility and reduce the risk of long-term damage. The key takeaway? Don't ignore how you move. Whether you're lifting groceries, sitting for long hours, or even using a phone, be mindful of your posture. Protecting your spine and joints now can help you stay mobile and pain-free for years to come. Conclusion. As we've seen today, these 5 silent killers can slowly destroy bone and joint health if we're not careful. From poor nutrition to bad posture, small daily habits can add up over time, leading to pain, weakness, and mobility issues in old age. But the good news is, it's never too late to make a change. By eating right, staying active, managing stress, quitting harmful habits, and practicing good posture, you can protect your bones and joints for years to come. Now, I have a question for you. If you found this video helpful, comment 9 below to show that you're ready to take better care of your bones. And if you think there's nothing to worry about, comment 0, but I hope you'll still take these lessons to heart. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.